coming to America has been the toughest moment of my life. I started looking for a job here and there. I couldn't succeed in any decent job. The only job I succeeded having was taking care of old people.
And if you're my friend, don't be offended, but the billing is too much, and I won't use billing taking me. When your friend travel abroad and she doesn't message you or call you like she used to, it's not because she's feeling big. You don't know what your friend is going through. You don't know what she's going through. You back home, you're the one that's supposed to be checking on your friend.
The one that is reigning now is that most of you want to leave the country. You're looking for how you save money and leave the country. Most of you don't even know what is in the other side when you travel. Now, don't leave the country yet if you don't understand some of the things I'm going to explain in this particular video.
It's been close to 8 years since I moved from Nigeria to America. And do I regret, living here for almost 8 years? My answer is no. But is there some things that I wish I don't want to experience living in America?
I was doing well back home. I had my shit together back home. I was living large until my wife started telling me about her American dream, that we must move to America or I stand a chance of losing her. I had to sell whatever I had back home, all my property, to come to America just to start afresh. Coming to America has been the toughest moment of my life. I started looking for a job here and there. I couldn't succeed in any decent job. The only job I succeeded having was taking care of old people. Now my wife is threatening to divorce me, telling me that this is not what she signed for, that she can't deal with this anymore. You get to the point now. She says she doesn't like what I do. Going back, I can't even go back home now because I don't even have anything back home. I literally sold all my property back home to come to America. I don't know what to do.
It's been close to 8 years since I moved from Nigeria to America. And do I regret, living here for almost 8 years? My answer is no. But is there some things that I wish I don't want to experience living in America? Yes. So let me just tell you some things I don't regret. First and foremost, I know that this is God's plan for me. I know some people will say, Nigerian, too much Christian. I know why I'm saying this. So I know I don't. That's one of the reasons why I try not to regret it when I'm here. Second thing is I'm just going to be very, very honest. The financial aspect, right? The dollar rate is way, it don't beat Naira. So way higher than Naira. And to be honest, you work for your money and you get paid, due at your due time. And the opportunities here are just, I don't know, it's way better, especially if you have your US citizenship and all those stuff. But if you don't have all those your stuff, it might become difficult for you. But to be honest, the dollar rate is just way better. Another thing is just the whole good roads and everything. You guys know, not all states have good roads and things like that. I live in the United States, by the way. Not all of them have it, but the economy looks functioning. It's alive. But let me tell you some things that I don't like. So I'm just in my early 20s. I live with my parents I'm living with my parents here. My parents has to work every single time. They have to work, they have to do this, and trust them, they have to take care of their kids here. They have to also take care of their family back home in Nigeria, because if you're in the abroad, it's you that is carrying the entire family on your head. So yeah, having to see my parents work every single time, to me, is just very stressful. Like, I don't want them to experience that. My goal is just that I just pray one day my parents will just be able to live a very, very comfortable life where they don't have to stress too much because they are growing older. And yeah, that's just one of the things that I don't like this American culture, because you have to work. Not every time. There are some people that don't have to work long hours and things like that, but we'll try to get there. Another thing is in the aspect of education, student loans and things like that. I'm just coming back from work, so I'm holding my lunch pack. Student loans and things like that, right? If you're a US citizenship, you're entitled to getting all these financial aid, and it could help you with funding your education. But if you don't have your citizenship and things like that, it can become very, very difficult, especially if you start to go to all these private universities and all this type of stuff. But for me, now I already graduated from undergrad, but going to grad school is kind of expensive because they don't really give you financial aid when it comes to grad school. You have to do like all this, you either work or do all these, like take out loans and things like that. Here in this country, they are very, very big on all these student loans. You meet people, they tell you, oh, they have this amount of student loan, they have 30,000, they have $400,000, $300,000 in student loans, depending on what you study, if it's law, you know, and things like that. But I don't just like this aspect of having to take out loans. That's just something I really do not like about this American system. And another thing I don't really like, to be honest, is the fact that I know it feels like I have my peace of mind here, because in Nigeria, I cannot start telling you my whole story. It's like I have my peace of mind here, but I don't really have much family members here. But at the same time, I'm not stressing too much about family wahala and things like that, right? That's something I'm very, very grateful for. Another thing is the amount of cash coming, is the amount of mortgage and things like that you have to pay, mortgage and the bills. Trust me, if you don't have a steady income, it's going to be very difficult. If you want me to continue, I might continue. It's already 5 minutes. See you guys later.
The one that is raining now is that most of you want to leave the country. You're looking for how you save money and leave the country. Most of you don't even know what is in the other side when you travel. Now, don't leave the country yet if you don't understand some of the things I'm going to explain in this particular video. I've written them here and I'm going to show you now. I've traveled to over 10 countries in the last few years and I'm still very young. I'm under 25 years and I've seen how life is in all those countries. And if you want to make it in those countries, just listen to the end of this video. Now, the first thing is that understand that life is actually harder in those countries because they have more rigid systems there. Some of the things that you get away with here in Nigeria, you won't get away with it. Some of you have never paid taxes in your life. You have opened many businesses, but you've never ever paid one single naira of tax in your life. But over there, whatever you make, they take 50%. So let's assume that you're making 200K per month. They're taking half already. And some of the bills that you used to dodge, maybe it's time for you to pay house rent. You're negotiating with your landlord. Nobody's going to negotiate anything with you. They just call the police and you're out. So understand that life is actually harder out there. Like it's much more systemized, much more rigid when it comes to their systems there. So don't just rush and go out. Now, in my own experience, I understand that it is easier for you to enjoy being out there if you're already in the system of a career path as opposed to running a business. It will be harder for you to run a business if you travel out than for you to run it here in Nigeria. And that's why you find out that most of your biggest business tycoons stay here in Nigeria and run their business because there's a lot of advantages that they get when they run their businesses here. For instance, now, there are a lot of tax benefits that you don't even know about. There's a lot of intricacies about running a business that you don't know that you enjoy when you run your business here in Nigeria. But over there, every single dollar is tracked. In fact, when I traveled the last time, I could not even book a boat because I did not have a card in that particular country. It's one of those European countries. So these are some of the things that you have to look at if you're looking at, okay, where do I want to start my business or where do I want to like invest my money and all that. Another thing you have to understand is that the healthcare system out there is actually better. So if your reason is to travel and for better healthcare, for better security and stuff like that, you're 100% okay, you can travel. That one is fine. But don't think that you just go there and you see green grass. Call those guys that are abroad and tell them to tell you the truth. Most of them are literally suffering. They are just on what I call survival mode. Every single money that they receive goes immediately. They pay house rent for as much as £500 in a month. That's around like 1 million per month. These are like average Nigerians that will probably be paying 500K per year before they traveled out of the country. So you need to understand what you're going into before you travel out of the country. I'm very, very much in support of traveling out of the country. I'm very much in support of leaving the country and all that. But trust me, most people that are outside there sending you videos and pictures of them living soft life, they are sending you fake videos. Some of you even go to work and you're arguing with your boss. All those things don't even happen out there. You go for morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, till your spinal cord nearly shift. You will not understand all these things if you've never been there. And that's why if you have some money, if you have some luxury, you can just go there, look at how life is and come back before you now decide that, okay, you want to totally move to that particular place. Some of you would sign up for a particular job here in Nigeria and you will not show up to work early and all that. Those guys, they value their time. And if you don't come to work for 1 single minute, you get deducted from your salary, because every single minute counts. So if you're looking to travel abroad, just let me know what you think about in the comment section. I'm just going to make more videos like this so that you guys can learn and understand, so that even without traveling out, because I've traveled out, I can help you, see through all these things. So don't travel out if I watch this video over and over again, if your plan is to travel out, okay? It takes a lot of time for you to process all these things. Just see this as a time for you to like process, look back, think about it. Okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and all that. Most times, most people that travel out of the country, they tend to move from countries to countries to countries to countries because they don't have any plan. They don't have a 10-year plan. Before you even settle in most of all these countries, it's going to take 10 years. It's going to take 5 years before you get that permanent residency they're looking for and all that. So if you're traveling without a 10-year plan, I'm very, very sorry. You are just on the wrong path. So do with this information whatever you want. See you in the next video. Remember to comment in the chat.
Look, I'm fed up. I'm really fed up. This thing is getting out of hand. If you're my friend, don't be offended, but the billing is too much. And I want to use bill taking me. When your friend travel abroad and she doesn't message you or call you like she used to, it's not because she's feeling big. You don't know what your friend is going through. You don't know what she's going through. You back home, you're the one that's supposed to be checking on your friend, seeing how she's settling down, seeing how she's adapting to the weather and everything. But no, it's only when you want to beat me, you message me. It doesn't make any sense, and it's sad. It's really sad. People are going into debt just to live flashy lifestyle here. It's not like that. So yeah, it's not heaven. No, it's not the way people make it seem. It's not like that. Stop the billing, please. You're the one that's supposed to be checking on me. It's not only when you want to collect from me that you tell me, how far. It doesn't make any sense. Please, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts on this, because it's getting out of hand. I beg. Check on me because you love me, not because you want to be me. People are going into debt just to please you guys back home. It doesn't make any sense. It's not easy here. It's not easy. I'm not lying, no. It's not easy here. Guys, just share your thoughts on this and tell me